In case you haven't noticed, I've been in the same position
Oh my god.
since we ended the video.
Yeah, since the reaction.
What
Welcome back.
So much for our
Welcome
You're
back.
all going to jail.
Welcome back
give
to
any of you
Babble
for that.
I
On.
thought I was getting whiplash from Dr. Steve. Turns out I was getting just whiplash generally.
What the f***
Yeah,
is this
just in
show?
general.
What the what?
We're going. We all
We're
need
gonna
to
have to
go
so
to
much.
time out for that. That was
The
crazy.
time
or
out for
take a
that?
shower, and I don't mean a cold shower. I just mean a shower.
It was just a lot. Look, you know what? This episode, I can't even begin to describe.
We will get into it, but first we need to introduce
Yeah.
ourselves.
No,
We
I'm not
are-
introducing myself to you
You don't
people.
want to be associated.
The Babble On podcast was our last best hope for a deep dive. A self-contained discussion, 4 hosts strong, located in the neutral territory of the Zocalo. A place of commentary and analysis for 2 veterans and 2 newcomers. A shining beacon of fandom, all alone in the streaming void. It was the dawn of the streaming age, the year the great theories came upon us all. This is the story of Babble On. The year is 2026. The place, wherever you get your podcasts.
We are Babble On, the reaction podcast crew that is watching and reacting to episodes of Babble On 5. I'm Jenny. I'm a fan of this show. I am not a fan of a scene that apparently is beloved by the fandom, which would be a scene that happened in the episode that we watched today.
What?
So, I told Jen before the episode started that that scene makes me cringe
Jail.
so
What?
hard.
Jail forever.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm talking to
You're all
you,
going to jail.
viewer. Really?
Jail.
Apparently
Is
so.
it still that way, or was that a weird 90s guy sci-fi
Go
thing?
to jail.
I don't know.
Go
I do not know.
to jail.
But Jen, who are
I'm
you?
Jen. I'm Jen. I don't even know what else to say besides I'm Jen, and I'm unhappy in this moment. Slightly unhappy in this moment. I'm Jen. I'm a screenwriter. I'm a showrunner. I'm not a first-time watcher. I'm a second-time watcher, but I missed some in the beginning, and this is one of the ones I missed.
Oh boy!
Probably.
This was
We
new
have
for
to
me.
go through
This
that
one's new for
together.
me. Yeah. When Jenny was like, this is the one where, and I'm like, I was thinking, I'm like, some things there are holes in my memory. And I was like, no.
This would not.
Yeah, I did
not
call
be
it
a
the
hole
Ivanova
for
sex
you.
scene.
You did. And I was like, and then I was really worried because that's how you described
The
it.
Ivanova sex scene.
I was like, oh no. Yeah.
And you lovely people, who are you?
I can't muster the words.
Okay.
I have seen some things today.
Mhm.
I'm Gus. I'm an actor. This is my first time watching Babble On 5.
Yeah, this was an
And
episode that you
if
watched
I
today.
were asked to perform certain of the scenes, give Claudia Christian $10 million is what I will say.
Mhm.
I'm Allie. And I'm hoping that was a mold fever dream.
We're in a different
right.
room from usual, by the way, because our studio has
Yes.
mold.
Also, I have my airport
Just
pool. Anyway.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a thing to be
That
happy
is
about.
great.
Unlike this episode
Well, here,
that is going
Yes.
to jail.
Wait.
No.
Because
Don't.
I'm sorry. 90% of this episode was like deeply poignant, incredibly upsetting, moving, philosophical, reflective, upsettingly timely in about 15 different ways.
Upsettingly. Yeah.
Sickeningly timing.
And I won't remember any of that.
And then there was the Ivanova plot,
Which was oddly uncomfortable
Yeah.
for its own reasons up until it was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
much of it, I was like, wow, it's really thoughtful. And then the last,
It just suddenly.
it turned it, you know what? Who wrote it? Who wrote the episode, Jenny?
Okay, This is a JMS Jim Johnson joint.
No
Yep.
way.
What was the present
JMS.
at the end? This is what I want to know.
I'm
But I don't want
shocked.
to know.
I love JMS. I love him. I really do.
I'm not sure what you mean by present at the end, but I will tell you.
You don't know what I mean by present
one
at the
of
end?
the
He gave her a present at the end.
It was like a weird
And it was like a
spaceship
weird-
sex
Oh,
toy.
yeah. Oh, that gift. It's some weird sex toy because they have weird alien sex.
Is that
That's
what that
literally
was? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
understand.
Okay.
And I was surprised.
No.
Afraid.
Jim Johnson, director of many great episodes. JMS, writer of many jokes.
Many great. Yeah. I have to tell you, one of the impetuses for, is that the right word, for writing this episode was that Claudia approached JMS and was like, hey, I'd like you to write me some funny scenes because I'm so serious all the time. And so he wrote her a funny scene. She starts getting more comedic as things go on. And this is a quote from the JMS Speaks. Claudia loved the scene when I first described it to her prior to finishing the script. She was dying to do it and kept sort of, quote unquote, doing it around people for some time prior to filming.
Well, as long as she's happy.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Which, I mean, it would be a funny scene to play. Like, they filmed it, I think they only had 3 takes, and the camera crew, everybody had trouble keeping a straight face.
I have to
during
raise
it.
my hand. Allie, Gus, and me,
Yeah.
Jen, all as actors. I mean, I'm not acting lately, but we're all actors. Would you be like, that was the funnest scene? I mean, I love making an ass of myself, and I'm willing to make an ass of myself. I don't know that I would feel like this was a fun scene to do.
I think
Yeah.
that if I were auditioning for the part and I read that, I would not audition for the part. I would not want to do that. I'm not saying that there was anything wrong with it, and I know that humor changes with time and all that.
Yeah.
But if it were me and I were reading it and I got to that, I would go, and this is not a prudish thing. This isn't me being weird about anything. This is just me going like, I don't find it funny.
No.
I'm glad that everybody else did, and she was great. And she full sent that thing. She
committed.
100% committed to it.
Committed.
She did not blink. She had a great fucking time. And that is an absolute testament to her professionalism. And I can't believe I'm saying professionalism in the context of that scene, but to Claudia Christian's professionalism.
Boom shaka laka laka, 3 bags full, I believe is a line that she
I
says.
have to assume that was funnier in the 90s. You know, I have to assume.
Is that a reference?
I have to assume that there is that there was more to it that it's lost on me now.
Well, I appreciated that it was like the idea was these are the conversations you have at the bar, and then you go to the next step, and then you find out what do they do, blah blah blah. And I get that and it's on speed, but
lie me about your family, tell me about your portfolio.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel better about it now?
No, I still don't feel better about it. I'll see what I'm doing during the reaction because I have trouble watching that scene.
Just saying random bullshit.
Yeah, just random stuff.
Well, see, no,
it's a nursery rhyme.
No, I get that part.
It's a platitude. It's something.
Yeah, but then she's like, you're going to tell me lies and you're going to do all the things, and it's like all the steps of a relationship.
Here's the question though: why, when the woman is like, "Hey, I want to do something really funny," is this where we go?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is what I want to know.
Yeah, that is a fair question.
Hey, would we give Garibaldi this scene? If so. If Garibaldi
mapped on Marie Marshall for 10 straight minutes.
Fine, comment warriors.
I haven't Googled.
Good.
Fine, comment warriors.
No Googling.
You win this round. But however, I just
look, I don't know. Look. If you like it, good for you.
Listen,
I didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
The rest of the episode,
she looked great. She looked great. Like when she came around the corner, her hair was fabulous.
I think it would have been. Look, here's my thing. Allie will recover and say what she has to say at some point. Here's my thing about it. Maybe it's just my sense of humor, my sense of comedy is different. For me, especially in the 2020s, I find less is more usually with comedy, with jokes, more often than not. I find that it is easier to get a laugh with one word, right? Or like one small bit that repeats, right? Or one little itty bitty right time thing versus that, which
it went on for a very long time.
And that can be really funny, right?
Like, the Malcolm in the Middle scene when they're like when they're in the hot tub and like it's like milk a scene forever.
Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. For some reason, this just didn't do any of that for me. This, as you said, Jenny, I was just like, I don't know what to do with my eyes.
Yep.
Close them. And your ears.
I cringe every time, and I could, maybe it's just the areas of the fandom that I am. Well, no, because it's like I'm watching that you can't go to, but like the Babylon 5 subreddit or whatever, people joke like they like this scene. It's very funny, and I think part of the love of it is knowing how much Claudia enjoyed doing it, but I can't. It makes me cringe so hard. Yes, it is fully a Scott Stott. Like, I can't watch that episode. That episode stresses me out.
Wait, it's a what? It's a what? Wait, I missed it. It's a what?
Scott's Tots. The Office. Scott's Tots.
Jen just had a
Jen. Yeah.
I have not watched The Office all the way through, so I have missed things here and there. I will go find that.
No, here's the thing. When I rewatch The Office, which it happens every now and then, when I need to, I stop at the episode right before Scott's Tots, and I do not continue. That has been true for me.
That's a common practice.
Yes.
Good to know.
I'll ask Zach about it. Scott's Tots is the most brutal piece of television I've ever seen in my life.
It is like full body. It's a horror movie in a comedy show.
I have never been until this moment, I have never been so uncomfortable in my life. Like, because it's about, I'm so sorry. I'm just playing the premise.
I have another thought on
so
this.
So Scott says Michael Scott promised a group of
spoilers for The Office, by the way.
It's sold. And also, everyone talks about this particular episode as being like the most uncomfortable episode of television people have ever seen. I would rather.
Sorry, I just laugh. You don't want to spoil it because it's so old. Where we're watching a show that is older than The Office.
Yeah, this is true.
But like, I would rather like chew on a grenade than watch this episode.
Yeah.
Love this. I love this.
So Michael Scott, like a decade ago, right, promised a group of preschoolers or elementary school kids that he would pay for all of their college tuitions.
Okay.
Like underprivileged kids.
Yeah.
And then now the time has come for him to pay for them to go to college. Yeah. And he can't, because he thought at the time that he would be a billionaire by then.
Right.
And that's why he made this promise. And he was like, I was very moved by the stories of these children, and I really thought I'd be in a position to pay for them college.
And he doesn't tell them. So they do a whole presentation
where they're like, hey, Mr. Scott, what you gonna do? Yeah. What you gonna do? Make our dreams come true. And they're all going to college. They all worked their butts off and are now going to college.
Right.
When previously the graduation rate was 7 kids. It's all of them are going.
Oh my God.
And so then he has to get up and give a speech and has to tell the kids in this speech that they are in fact not getting their college tuitions paid for.
Right.
And it is the most brutal brutal, like half an hour of TV you have ever seen in your life.
Like I said, it's a horror movie. It is a horror movie.
It's just relentlessly like
is it emotionally relentless, or is there something physical happening?
No, the cringe. It's because it's so embarrassing. It's so humiliating.
So like it's so bad. Like because they're so earnestly happy, and he has to break these kids' hearts, and it's like it's
what's about to
worse
happen.
and worse and worse, and they're so happy to see him, and they're like so thankful, and the parents like give speeches about how like
yes, that's right, the parents are there, the teachers, everybody is
everyone's just like talking about how much he means to them and like what he's done for them, and then he has to go up and basically like rip the frickin' rug out from under each one of those children.
Oh my god.
And then like one kid comes up to him at the end and is like, is there any way you could pay for like just mine or something? And he's like, no, like it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad, Jen. It's so bad. Like I'm not even describing how bad it is. It's so brutal. And they sing songs for him, Jen.
Oh God.
If I may
bring it back to Babble On 5. Yes.
Because I think it's easy for me to say I didn't like it, but I don't want to be lazy with my criticism.
I'm sorry.
I would like to explain.
I would like to not be lazy with my criticism.
I'm not saying you are, or anybody else is.
No, it's so funny that you're like, this boom shakalaka, we need to.
No, because look,
literary analysis.
There are situations where I would find that, or something similar, that really funny. And I'm like, what about it? What about this episode was it where I was just like, this is the most fucking no thing I've ever, like, what is it about it? And I was thinking about this while you guys were talking about Scott's Tots, so I wouldn't have to think about Scott's Tots. And
that you ran away.
Yeah.
Have you seen Scott's Tots?
No, but I've seen scenes from it. I've seen parts of it.
It's Jen. It's that brutal. It's like you see a scene from it, and you're like,
turn it off.
No, I will never. Watch
I'm not kidding. Like when I say horror movie, I'm not kidding. Yeah. That anticipation you feel of like the guys behind her. That's the feeling I have.
I love it.
The entire time I'm watching Scott's Tots.
So
it's like
my thing about the plot is that. Plot, I hate that fucking guy the whole time. But the plot is really kind of interesting in the context of the rest of the episode and in the context of interventionalism, warfare, interventionism, and like greater powers being asked to do things, and elitism, and the treatment of people who are lesser than you, quote unquote, and it was asking a lot of really interesting questions, and it was doing it in a goofball way, silly way. But it was like a genuinely very thoughtful kind of discourse at the same time about like what a society values more than anything else. I was thinking of like some of those fuck-ass tech billionaire guys who should be shot in a rocket to Mars themselves and stay there away from everybody else. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who are like, yeah, well, all we got to do is do this. And this like why tech people should take ethics classes because it's like, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but it reminded me of stuff like that. If, you hear about these experiments in programming classes or in classes with people who are pure science, sometimes who have no ethics classes, who like, they're given the problem of here is a plague. How do you prevent the plague from being outbroken? And their solution is exterminate anybody who could transmit it before they get it.
Right.
Like these assholes reminded me of those guys.
And exactly.
So this plotline had me thinking a lot and like really ruminating a lot. And then it turned into into like weird, I'm going to have sex with you, but actually it's a weird dance. And then I was just like, what the fuck are we doing? Because the first 80% of the plotline, I was like, this is weird and I hate this guy, but I'm thinking a lot. And this is giving me a lot to ruminate on. And then it turned into that joke. And I was like, this is the biggest Shaggy Dog story I've ever heard. That plot line was basically just a Shaggy Dog story for that joke. Kind of. And that's why it hit me the way it did.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because it felt disconnected.
Yeah.
And to go back to like Claudia, and Jenny, I'm going to ask you, you read Claudia Christian's book, right? or have you?
A while ago, but
Did she say anything in the book?
Yeah.
Like, I had so much fun doing that scene.
I think so, but I don't remember. I do know I've heard multiple people talk about her like asking for comedic scenes.
Yes, that's fine.
She was very deadpan.
But my question is,
like,
did she ask for comedic scenes? And JMS wrote that, and she was like, I better fucking do it because I asked for comedic scenes, and he thought she would like was really into it and loved it, and that she just like was that lip service that she gave him because I'm not sure, but 100% did she commit? She committed. So maybe she did have so much fun with it and loved it. But here's what I'm also confused about, because like the example for me, this was a turning point for me as an actor in my acting work when I watched. I don't even remember what movie it was from. It might have been the beginning of Charlie's Angels. I'm not sure. Cameron Diaz dances to Baby Got Back.
Oh, yeah.
She just like doesn't care. And she just like is willing to like do terrible dance moves and like looks ridiculous and funny. But I was so like, as an actor, I was like, when I have that level of abandon and I don't care, I will be where I want to be as an actor. And so like, to me in that sense, I'm like, okay, great. Maybe she really did love this and maybe she had so much fun with it. But when I watched Cameron Diaz do it, I was enjoying it with her, and this I was not.
Yeah.
And so I'm still trying to figure out what that disconnect is for me and like why I was like, I'm sad for you right now that you're doing this. So that's one level. But the second level is that I did feel like I was disconnected from the storyline, in part because they didn't pay off. Like, she came and said, oh, well, we could do it your way, which we don't know what their way is, or we could do it our way. And she was like, I'm assuming you're very familiar with our way. And he said, yes. And then that's what she did. And so I'm like, what database was he reading that he thinks that that's how humans have sex?
Oh, he didn't know.
He didn't know. He
didn't know anything.
He was just
he was pretending like that, and she was basically like, you're an arrogant ass. You're going to pretend like you know, so I can do anything.
Thank you. Okay, that's fair. So, and I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed that completely. I missed that subtlety. I was like, did she try to change something in the database that he's read? Okay, he's just like
an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean,
and she pulled it over on him, and I guess I didn't see enough of him like going like, of course I know, which whatever. Okay, so I missed that completely. That would have helped, because I was like, how does that even work if he does know?
Actually knows anything?
From what I'm trying to find a quote from her. I'm just having difficulty doing that while talking to you guys, but from what I know of Claudia, like interviews that I've seen of her, that fits her humor. Like, I don't mean like slapstick or whatever, but she is a very Claudia is very uncensored in her humor. I'm trying to think how to say that properly, so I can see her finding that sort of thing funny.
And truthfully, if she's been, she has been like, I'm the boring Russian, not the boring Russian, but she's like, I'm the Russian who's miserable and I don't get to laugh. I mean, for her, like a year and a half into shooting, she's like, finally, I get to do something ridiculous and stupid. And we were watching Londo and Jakar do it in the early days, and now I get to. Okay, fine.
Yeah, it just doesn't land with me, and I have never thought about it as deeply as either of you. I'm just, every single time I get to this episode, the rest of the other storyline that's happening with Jakar, and I love all of that stuff. Yeah. It's, which, I do hope we talk about, but I do understand that final scene overshadows everything because it is so loud. Like, it's just so in your face.
It's weird because, again, I'm like, the whole episode, I'm like, oh my God, this is heavy, this is deep, this is so much, this is like, there were parts of the time where I was like, this is the best writing I've seen on this show. There were parts of it where I was like, this is the most thoughtful and carefully handled and unvarnished look at these topics that I've seen on television. It's like, I can't believe you could do this, and this is sci-fi in the 90s. This is fucking insane,
and it feels like really current, and it's frustrating how current it feels.
Yeah, and like unapologetic, and geez, oh fucking Pete. But then, it'd be like, if at the end of Hamlet, when everybody's stabbing each other and dies, somebody just hucks a fucking pie at him.
See, I think that's part of it. It feels like it's diffusing the message of the episode. It feels so this. Okay, so this is going to be really condescending, and I apologize. I'm a writer, and I do things all the time that like need work. But the way that this feels to me is like a 5-year-old learning how to tell jokes for the first time. Okay. And not reading the room and telling it at the wrong time. You know, like they might have all the words correct for this is what's funny and this is what makes a joke. But they either say it out of context or they say it right after someone said, my grandma just died. Like it's diffused. It's like using humor to diffuse the tension, but I don't want to diffuse the tension of this episode. No. And I think that's part of why it's not landing is that I'm feeling like I wanted to live in this really uncomfortable space that you've created, and watching these brilliant performances from Londo and Jakar, like Londo getting stood up at the bar and, you know, and I wanted a little bit more of him saying to Garibaldi at the end, like he did come and he finally came to the end, but even before that, I wanted, you know, and I wanted to like be able to really like marinate in the discomfort and the sadness and the like, it's just such a beautiful episode on every other level. And then this is so diffusing. It just, I'm like, what's happening and why am I being taken out of this place I'm feeling of like really good stuff? It feels like a kid who's learning how to tell jokes for the first time and is saying them all in the wrong times and places and to the wrong people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't mean to sound so condescending.
Allie's back.
You went and changed your mind while you were making tea.
That's the honest tea.
That's right. Right now. That's the honest tea.
That's the honest tea.
Well,
there was a lot of tea in this episode. I'm realizing
there
was a lot of tea.
Shall we talk about
the rest of the stuff?
Plot line in this episode?
Yes. Yeah.
The really upsetting one in a good way. Mm-hmm. That was upsetting.
Yes, let's do it
in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, we could come at it from different angles. Do you want to start with Jakar? That's the tea kettle, I'm assuming.
We are using a webcam microphone, so you've probably heard. Okay, we're good. Fine. We're fine. Just like, okay. You probably heard cats and tea and all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Me eating chips. Well, I'm sorry. Talk about Jakar?
Yeah, let's start with Jakar and what he was going through.
Oh my god. How do I even talk about this in this day and age? Jakar is put in a situation that is abominable and horrific, and he's watching horrible things happen to people he cares about and to his society. And he's told consistently, don't make a ruckus or else nobody's going to want to help you. He's told essentially, you know, just play by the rules and everything will turn out fine. He's told essentially, you get where I'm going here.
And he literally takes a knife for it.
He literally takes a knife for it. He insists that all demonstrations be entirely within the bounds of rule and law. He punishes everybody who misbehaves. He repeatedly makes public calls for peace and quiet with the intention being that the situation will then turn around for him.
All protests must be peaceful. We mustn't ever disturb anything.
Never, ever do anything like that. And then, you know, he gets exactly as much help as he feasibly could, which was a little bit. And
that's one of those things I always find so funny. Like when I'm watching and I see Delenn and Sheridan conspiring to help, I'm like, yes, good, they're helping. And then when they offer the help to Jakar, I'm like, oh fuck, that's nothing.
But it's nothing. But at the same time, it's another one of those situations we were talking about. You know, I forgot there was a cat in the room. With this is only comparable in the level of, you know, writing examination with Garibaldi and Dodger, where I said they're both right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sheridan can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Sheridan is bending and
No.
breaking every rule he possibly can. Delenn can't do anything else. Delenn is bending and breaking every rule she possibly can. Jakar is right to be upset that is all they can do.
It's
like,
it's a direct reflection of what gross, disgusting sex man was saying about observing
the sex pest.
The sex pest, about observing animals who are lesser than you or species that are lesser than you and letting them essentially, like, because when he said that, like, it's our job to just watch and not intervene. And we were talking about, like, if a kid's bleeding out, are you going to help him? But what he's also saying is, if these two lesser races want to kill each other off,
just let
who am I to?
Just let him.
And it is a microcosm of like what we're seeing, what we're talking about with Delenn and Sheridan not really being able to.
To be fair, they're orphans in the Zocalo, just pickpocketing for a living. So we are kind of just letting the orphans do their thing, you know? I'm like, do we have the moral high ground here?
No, that's
apparently
the
not.
No.
Apparently we do not have the moral high ground here. So I'm like, I've been saying from the beginning, I'm like, the hell is going on in the freaking underbelly or whatever, the undertow,
down below.
That's
down
the
below.
words. What the hell's happening down there? They don't care. They don't care. And I'm like, you know what? Call it out, sex pest. Call it out.
But
then also keep your clothes on.
You're
Two
right.
things can be true.
But also, like, I wanted, that is another thing that I was like, what he says about what they're doing with that, and Ivana being like, no, you're misreading it. I'm like, is he?
No. That's just tacit.
Yeah.
It's just unspoken.
Yeah, it's not intentional, but we're allowing it to happen. Like it's
it's not necessarily explicitly set up that way, but it is how it shakes out. And they went, well, may as well not do anything about it.
Yeah.
This show is really fucking hard to watch.
Really hard to watch right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Other things about that plot line. Londo, do you want to
Londo? Yeah.
Fuck.
Let's go Londo.
How did the show make me feel bad for war criminal McGee that quickly?
Right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I still don't feel bad for him.
You do a little bit.
No.
You feel bad for him as a person, but not for him as a...
No.
Okay. All right.
Good for you, Allie. You hang on to that.
He's gonna have to earn it. He killed a lot of people.
He did kill a lot of people. But...
He's gonna have to earn it. Like, I don't have any friends. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I'm like, we're getting there though. We're on the path. We're on the path.
Yeah.
What I enjoy.
But I said he's gonna have to put in work
about
and
it.
I meant it.
Yeah, is how immediately nostalgic he was for before. He immediately.
Before he committed war crimes?
Well,
I would hope so.
Also,
I would hope so.
it was Garibaldi. Like, you know, because we had those moments before when he helped Garibaldi when Garibaldi was really at his lowest. And I was just like, that's the Londo I love.
Garibaldi had not committed war crimes at the time.
Yes. This is true.
And I would hope that he would feel low considering he committed war crimes.
Yeah.
That means he's still an utter monster.
Yes. I'm going to give a lot of props to Jerry Doyle here in that final scene where he's there because, you know, he's there to thank Londo basically for not causing an international or intergalactic incident.
Too. God, everything.
But you can, the way Jerry Doyle played that, he's so uncomfortable. Like he doesn't want to be there. He's like, you're a war criminal, but I want to thank you. And like, it's just the way he played that is so
Yeah,
good.
and you can even read a little bit of his like obligation to their past relationship. You know, like he's kind of like, I don't know that I can be your friend anymore, but at one point you were.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, and it was it was like it was more that he was honoring their former friendship than that he was honoring Londo, if that makes sense. Yeah,
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
What is it? Oh god dang it! What was I going to say? The other kind of leg of this tripod of that plot. There's Jakar, there's Londo, and then there's Bruce, kind of as the chief go-between guy, who is still desperately trying to cling to the original purpose of. I mean, it's one of the first things they say
Babylon 5,
in the intro sequence. Last best hope for peace, right? It's like the byline of the show. And he's just like, oh God, please, like he's hanging on by a thread to keep, which the other thing is like, yeah, Jakar wants intervention on behalf of the Narns, but it's also like, well, then there's more war. Like, it is, war is such a shitty fucking thing. And it like the understatement of the century, but it's just, there's no winning in any situation for him or for anybody else in this episode. It's just acts of sacrifice, which is a good title for the episode.
Right.
I mean, God, from the fucking beginning with the people sacrificing themselves for the women and children. You know?
Yeah.
And, Ivanova sacrificing her dignity.
Right. But not her virginity.
Yes.
Not that she's a virgin. But
I doubt it. Listen, I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know.
Look at those jammies. Those are the original jammies.
They're not.
Oh my God.
Oh, did he take one of her? Did he take the panties? Didn't he take the panties?
Oh no, it was gently foreshadowed. Oh God.
Was that a gentle foreshadowing?
It was gently foreshadowed.
I thought he was just.
Was that a gentle foreshadowing?
I didn't think it was gentle.
It was gross.
We don't have to,
everything about that was gross. No. I want to talk about Delenn in this episode. Delenn, she dropped some lore in this episode.
Humans
about
panicked and shot the guy. I forgot the guy.
Which we totally would do.
Ducat. Panicked and killed.
I've always worried about this.
She was there. Yeah,
I've always been concerned about this.
Which then led to the thing.
The war. To almost exterminating a piece.
I really hope aliens don't come here and pick the wrong person to approach.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So humans like met Minbari like 20 years ago.
Very recently, fairly recently.
How does that work? I'm thinking about it too much again. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but that's okay.
I'm wondering if you like this, and this is not a spoiler, whatever. This is literally my perspective watching that scene where she's dropping all that lore on Jakar and being like, we're tired of war. My read on that is her saving face. She's not in the Grey Council anymore. She doesn't have the power to do it.
Oh yeah.
So she's finding another reason, but it's also conveniently lore drop. Yeah. Convenient lore drop in there.
That's good exposition from JMS. Yeah. That's good. Good. Sorry. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Because that's it. Like I just think she's finding a way to say no that will sound honest, but is instead of saying I literally have no authority to do anything right now. I used to. Now I'm I've literally been banished to Babble On 5. I have no power.
And it was I definitely got that from her, that she was making excuses for it, that would without saying it, because she's not going to say that.
Yeah. There's a lot of her not looking at Jakar, in scenes, in some scenes it's, she's avoiding by pouring tea, but there's other scenes where she'll look at him and look away really, really quickly. And it's just she can't.
There's a lot of everybody not looking at Jakar this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it sucks.
It really sucks.
That's what he's going through.
Hi, Petey.
Yeah.
Petey is lumbering.
I didn't know if we would see Petey up in this part. But but in this part of the
he
house.
Is right over there. Yeah.
See if I can get you to say
hi.
No, that's not gonna. He'd have to come really high up, Allie. Allie, okay. He does not look remotely comfortable right now.
He's wagging.
We get his nose. We get his nose.
Wagging. He's like, Mommy, you're so shitty.
He's sphinxing up on Ellie.
Yeah,
he is actively trying to get away.
But now he is getting away. I left his space to get away. I just want to hear you say hi. Oh, he does.
He flumped down on the floor. He's the same color as the floor.
He is. Gus calls him floor colored.
He is floor colored. Sorry, go ahead.
Nice. I was a completely silly thing to talk about just because you all pointed it out, and I had forgotten about this until I read the Lurker's Guide. The scene where Bruce is talking to the dude, and he's saying basically we can't help. He has a bunch of fans behind him.
Yeah.
In the Lurker's Guide, this is called out. He says, "What's the deal?" Somebody asked, "What's the deal with all the fans behind Sheridan's?" Yes, and his response was, "I will only say that I was as surprised by those fans as anyone else. I was in editing the day that was shot."
Oh my God. Oh my god!
my
And it's
gosh.
Jim. Wait a minute, but he's doing it again. He's throwing
Jim
Jim
did it
Johnston
again?
under the bus.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I left
Oh
Jim
my
to his
God,
own
'cause Jim
devices
did
and
the-
he fucked it
The
up.
fire, right?
Fucking Jim, am I right?
Yeah.
Jim did the fire.
And he follows it up by saying, well, we're always saying around here, the more fans, the better. So they made the same joke we did.
Oh, that's good.
Oh
That
my
was-
god!
That was weird.
It was weird. Like,
That
what
was
room
really
was he
weird.
in? He's like 8 fans.
Yeah.
It was
behind
almost
him.
like he was like, I have to be in a room with fans because I can't tell everybody that I'm talking to you about this thing that I'm not supposed to be talking to you about. But it
Yes.
wasn't
Yeah,
like
so-
spy shit.
Maybe.
It was
No,
really
it was
No.
just like, don't help
really
them.
weird.
no.
It
No.
was
Yeah.
just silly. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. The fans just got me a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
Pretty
So,
weird. This was really good. I mean,
except for
the
one scene.
Come on.
Yeah.
Just never have to think about it again.
Just
no.
Boom shaka laka laka.
Without-
Boom shaka laka laka.
No,
Boom
No,
shaka
no,
laka.
The comments are just people going like, "That's literally the only reason I watched the show."
it's the greatest scene.
That scene.
It's up there
Oh
with
my god.
"It's Not Your Fault."
That's the Citizen
It's
Kane.
not your fault.
The Citizen Kane of Babylon 5 scenes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I named my daughter after that episode.
I named my daughter Boom shaka laka laka.
Right. Exactly.
Please don't name your daughter Boom Shakalaka Laka. Please don't do that. That would be actively dumb.
So speaking of that scene, again, just a note from the Lurker's Guide to the question raised.
that a
Yes,
Jim
if
Johnson?
Sheridan had been the one. No, if Sheridan had been the one to show the Lamati around, they would have made the request to him as well. You just
Okay, so someone
Making
else
that
was
point.
like, was it just because she
That's
was a
yes.
woman?
That was a yes.
Yes.
yes,
Good.
yeah, they would have asked.
Listen,
yeah,
man,
they would have
I'll-
asked.
And they would have been
Bruce.
happy to
Steve
do
was
it
right there.
because Bruce is
Oh.
beautiful.
Dr. Steve was right there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Steve was like, I'll do it. I'll fall on the sword.
I'll stroke your head as I.
But
yes.
only if he's my patient.
That's Dr. Steve's version of sex, is just stroking somebody's hand.
Wait, what did
Sure, he
Dr.
said.
Steve say that was so annoying? He said something too.
Was
Oh,
put a bag over your head
Yeah, I
and think
got
of Babylon 5. That was another thing where I just
Yeah.
went, no, I'm deleting
HR?
it. I'm
HR?
deleting it. I know it's a
Yeah.
reference to Close Your Eyes and Think of England,
think of
I
England,
know.
yeah.
but I don't.
But HR?
I guess, you know,
Mhm.
They're co-workers.
I wouldn't say that shit to my coworker.
No,
I
no.
wouldn't do
No.
that.
nor your
No.
patient.
Simply
Because
wouldn't
at
do
the end of the
that.
day, even though they're coworkers, she's also his patient.
I simply
His
wouldn't
patience,
do that.
yeah.
I simply wouldn't do that.
It's weird.
You know,
Steve's a weird guy. Let's just be
you
honest
Yeah.
about
said that it was the guest writers who were kicking Steve in the head. I think everybody lines up. And takes
Everybody
the time
just
now
wants
to
to
get
kick
Steve
Steve in the head.
Takes a couple of shots.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve in the
Takes a
head.
couple of shots.
Yeah.
Steve, what are you doing?
He's just
He's just He walked into the kitchen. Now he's just staring at us.
What's up, babe?
Oh, you're very interesting.
He just likes to watch us live our lives.
From
guys.
afar, he's half behind his
You
shut.
have to think, like, to him, this is
really
television.
Weird, actually. This
Well, because
really
he can't
weird.
really watch television.
Mm.
Like, because he doesn't really understand any of the characters of the plot.
I'm gonna send this.
But
to
we're
you.
his favorite
It's really
characters.
Weird.
We're his favorite characters. Think about it. Think about it from his perspective.
Probably,
We're
yeah.
probably the most interesting thing about his day.
What the fuck
That's
is
true.
he? I sent it over
That's
Discord. Look at how he's standing.
I see.
He is.
What a fucking creep.
Here, put it in the like. Show
Yeah,
the.
I'm
show
sure
the
it's
people.
right here, right
Show
now.
the people. Okay.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it up on screen. Don't worry.
That's amazing.
He is watching from behind a door, like a little creeping peeping Tom.
Yes.
It's a peeping Pete.
Katie, you want to come in? Whatever. What an episode. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Good episode.
Anyway.
Good episode. It was.
I've-
Do
I-
you have any further
He
thoughts about this
decidedly
one?
wants to stare at us. Like, I've been asking if he wants to come over here, and he does not. He wants to just look at us from behind the
Yeah.
door.
Sorry.
I do have
Okay.
one other thing I want to say before you guys go. So we've been talking about like the show's not political at all. There's nothing political about the show.
No, not even a
In
little
the
bit. No.
notes, and it took me 3 times of reading these in the Lurker's Guide to like go, oh my God, now I get what he's saying. He says, I don't know what the question was that brought this up, but he says, I think one need look no further than the latest communiques from Dole and Newt to get some idea on the progenitors of the Lumati. So Newt Gingrich,
Okay. Do
Newt
you?
Gingrich and Bob Dole
Oh
it
my
the
god!
Illuminati?
This is mid-90s. This is 95, which means that
Yes.
so Newt Gingrich, this is the beginning actually of the really big divide between Republicans and Democrats. And so like this, prior to this, you had Republicans and Democrats that went golfing every day together. Like members of Congress, like were and senators were like best friends, even if they were on opposite sides of the aisle. Newt Gingrich at this point was the beginning of like saying they're other, they're evil. And like the messages he was sending out were like, we are better than them and we are better than other people. And so like that is.
Thank you. Cause I read that like 4 times. It was like, I don't get this joke. Like it's a joke.
It's like Dolan knew what does he say? Oh yeah. Actually, Steve Kornacki has a really phenomenal podcast about Newt Gingrich actually beginning that process of breaking the parties apart.
Also, Behind the Bastards did I think it's Behind the Bastards did a podcast series on him because
can I just
he is the reason.
Not to get political, but
what in our Babble On 5 completely unpolitical?
I just find it so wild.
Where they talk about using civilians as a. Anyway, sorry, that was.
I just find it so wild that at one point there was a mother somewhere on this planet that looked at her newborn son and was like, Newt.
Wait, isn't Newt the name of isn't that the name of King Arthur in Sword in the Stone?
Yes.
Before you
Wart.
think out that
he's Wart.
No, it's Wart. You're right.
Weird.
Yeah, he's Wart.
Yeah, he's
Wart.
You're
I will
right.
not sully King Arthur with Newt.
He's standing weirder. I'm sorry, Jen. You were talking.
It's okay.
I need to say
No, but
that was it.
I just sit here and go, it's really wild to me that Mrs. Gingrich was like, it's not enough to saddle this child with the last name Gingrich.
Yeah.
I gotta double down and give this kid the name
it's
Newt.
Newton.
Okay, also that she looked at a baby and said Newton.
Yeah.
Okay, now it looks like he's stalking you.
It's not better. In fact, it could be worse. What, was she eating some Fig Newtons and got inspired?
I mean,
or maybe he fell out like gravity.
Not a name.
Sorry.
Newton's not a name.
Isaac.
Have you all read the Chronicles of Narnia?
Yeah.
Because there's like the beginning of, I think it's The Sword in the Stone, where they talked about Eustace. This boy Eustace Scrubb, and like the first paragraph is just about how horrible his name is. Poor Eustace Scrubb.
Yes.
Anyway.
There are some people.
Yes.
That was Newt Gingrich's villain origin story.
Was his naming.
Was being named.
His name was Newton Gingrich?
Totally
Did
apolitical.
she hate him?
Totally apolitical show. JMS never had any opinions on anything.
None.
Not a single fucking thought in his head about it.
There are so many names. I'm helping my sister with baby names right now, and I can tell you there's so many names.
Oh,
we landed on Newton.
The dog is
sorry to the Newtons out there.
Violently agitating for water.
You agree with me?
Sorry. I looked it up because it was driving me crazy. I was like, "What is the first sentence of the Voyage of the Dawn Treader?" It begins, "There was a boy called Eustace Clarence Scrubb, and he almost deserved it."
That's right.
It's a great line.
That is.
Yes.
That is.
Yes, Lewis.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot in this episode to love. It does get overshadowed by a scene that just
gets derailed by the scene.
While the dog is drinking water, I'm going to mute my. It's going to go on for a while.
I'll just do it for you. I'll just do the voice. I'll do the voiceover.
Thank you for the excellent Foley
work. It was good, right? I mean, that's like, because he's a sloppy drinker. Thank you.
Keep going? Okay, still going.
Oh, that's not okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not sure I have any other thoughts on this episode. People asked, like, I mean, I know you guys are watching him drink, so I'm just going to keep that bit of vamp. But people did ask, like, whether Jakar was crying or laughing, and his answer was yes.
Yeah.
He's having a nervous breakdown, basically, at that point, which is,
He did everything he could. His people are still dying.
Yeah, and they get leftover food and cargo holds. That's what they get. I think that's it, though.
I think this show for ruining my life.
It was very good, except for the one part.
Yes.
It was very good, except for the horrors.
The
Except for the
horrors. You
horrors.
can never unsee it.
Can't make it away from the horrors.
But the horrors persist,
They
but so do
persist.
we.
That's right.
Shoot.
Oh, and Jenny's face froze. Speaking. Oh, she's back.
No.
In the most horrifying
I'm back.
style
It
I've
was-
ever seen.
it was-
That was scary.
All right. Well, I guess go away
Bye.
so we can talk about you.
Have
after that.
fun not thinking about mold. Bye.
Yes.
Ah, my friends! You have reached the most dangerous part of our journey, the Grey Council. Here we speak of things that must not be spoken. Secrets, betrayals, spoilers. If you are not ready, turn back now. But if you dare to proceed, I promise you it will be magnificent. Oh, Mr. Garibaldi!
So yeah, that was an episode. That has a lot of good stuff in it. And I mean, I told you before we recorded, this is an episode that scene, I know it is beloved. It a full body cringe for me. Like I couldn't look at them while it was happening because it was just, I'm looking around my room. I can't watch it. Yeah.
I mean, in fact, I was like, I wanted to watch Gus and Allie reaction to it, but then I was like, I couldn't look away at first like a train wreck. And then I was like, I can't keep now. And then I was like, I can't keep watching this. I can't. I feel like a really dirty voyeur. And I was like, not that there's anything wrong with being a voyeur, but in this particular instance, it felt very wrong. And so, you know, and there's Paul Williams watching along. And I was just like, now I have to disengage. So I will watch their reactions. And that's when I busted out laughing because they were both like, the looks on their face are priceless.
The horror.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that that's out of the way, we can talk about other things. They didn't notice it or they didn't comment on it, but Londo's wearing different clothes. He's now wearing black, and he will like get more and more imperial. They did notice his hair.
Right.
His hair is obviously got a new wig. Like it's just perfectly cropped. Like it's coiffed properly. But yeah, he will get more and more militaristic in his dress as things go on. Other things. I'm going to just knock some spoiler stuff out of the way. This is the last that we will see of Natoth until season 5.
Oh my God.
Where she will come back and be played by the original Natoth.
So she won't be new Toth anymore. She'll be old Toth.
Exactly.
Or
when
OG
she goes
Toth.
back in like 2 years. The in-universe reasoning for that is going to be that she was on Narn during a bombardment and so she just wasn't able to ever return. And I mean, that's going to be a whole motivation for Jakar to actually go back is to try and rescue her.
Got it.
Yeah. Other things. Oh, the thing that jumped out at me this time, I'm sure I've noticed it before, but I just was like, oh my gosh, watching Delenn talk about the war, how the war began. Like, I do think that that is her saving face, but also knowing, I wonder, just, JMS says he doesn't like to tell the actors things, but she did act that with some remorse. Like, there was a lot of, like, does she know? Like, did Mira Furlong know at this point that she was the one who started the war?
He says he doesn't like to tell them things, but backstory is different than where the story's going. And I feel like that is probably something that he shared with her. I don't know.
Because I wasn't sure, like, if I was putting that on the scene because I know it, or if I was, like, because it felt to me like there was some weight behind what she said. No,
there was. And also, like, I felt like her reaction when they were also offering so little at the end, was like so much shame and pain in that. And I felt like that was a great, I guess I have my reasons and they're good because I have good reasons, but also it's not enough, and there was a lot to it. All of her work in this particular episode were just fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a tragic loss. Like, it's apparently like very, like the 5-year anniversary of her passing was very recently and recent. Like, I don't know how this will be, a week from now. So maybe it was like 3 weeks ago when you listen to this, but just such a tragic loss. She is so good in this role. But yeah, that is, I don't know. That was a thought that I was having. I feel like I'm reading stuff into.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, but I feel like she's putting a lot into it, and I would be curious to know how much she knew.
The other conversation I thought was very interesting, just because I know I've said this to you. I never stopped liking Londo, even when I'm horrified by what he's doing. Like, it breaks my heart. And hearing the difference between how Allie is like, nope, and Gus is like, no, and Gus was actually kept saying like, you still like him, and Allie's like, no, I don't. And it's like, that's interesting.
I wanted to bring up. So this was when I was reading Game of Thrones long before the series came out. I was like, I was coming off of Jordan, and I'm like, I love Jordan, and I love Jordan's villains, and I love his characters, but they're much more black and white. They're much more like good and bad, good and evil. And I remember hating, like, I was like, this is really good storytelling, but I'm also like, don't like these books, and I hate all these people, and and then I was halfway through probably the second book, and I was like, I caught myself rooting for Jaime Lannister. And I was so mad because like my introduction to Jaime Lannister is him throwing, sorry, spoiler if you haven't watched the first episodes of Game of Thrones, so throwing Bran.
This is literally the first episode.
Throwing Bran out the window. And so I was like, I hated his character more than I'd hated almost any character I've ever read in all of literature. Right. And then suddenly I was like, I want him to get what he wants, and I wanted to be with Brienne, and and I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Why am I caring about this character who's so evil? And I was like, well, fuck, if George R. R. Martin isn't a great writer, if that's what he can do to me, to make me have that change of heart about this character. And I was almost going to bring that up because as we were talking about Londo, but I decided not to, because I didn't want to like play my hand that it's going to get worse, like that he's going to be worse than Jaime Lannister in a way. But I agree. And like, this was played beautifully, and Allie's not wrong. He's a big bad war criminal.
She's completely not. She's completely she's completely not wrong in that. And yet I'm horrified by what he does. Absolutely horrified. And yet I think I said this to you very, very early on. It's one of almost the miracles of storytelling is that I get his inner life and I see that it's hurting him. And I remember who he was. And I'm like, that is who you could have been. And it's so sad to me.
It's sad more like for the descent rather than pity or sadness for him.
Yes.
In a way, because it's also not like this is not a Godfather situation. Godfather, that's not really the right thing, but this is not like, I mean, he's doing it for his people in a way, but there isn't really like, he isn't being forced to go to the shadow to say, do these things because they're holding his child captive. He's not being forced into this because if you don't, it will be a worser evil for your whole people. Like there's no blackmail. There's nothing really, no one's held anything over his head so far. And, and I know him last episode saying, I don't want to be emperor. That's not what, or 2 episodes ago, whatever, but saying, I don't want to be emperor. And I'm like, oh, you don't? Cause I kind of thought that's where you were going, but like, I know that that's his truth. And yet, like there's no reason that I can say, I get why you did it.
Yeah, no, again, just talking about good writing, like, this episode, that one scene notwithstanding, like this episode is good writing in that like I said, I never stopped liking him, and yet he gets the end he deserves.
Yeah.
Like I'm sad that it happens, and yet I feel it's not, I don't know what the word is. Like, I don't feel pity for him when he, how do I say? I'm sad and yet not sympathetic. If that makes any sense. It's like that
because it is. I think it is that. I think my heart breaking about it, because my heart was breaking so hard in this episode already. But I think part of it is what you just said, which it's the tragedy of what could have been. It's almost like it's like two lovers almost meeting and not meeting. Like it's like if I'd only been here 5 minutes earlier, I would have seen him before he died. Whatever. Like it's that story that's that tropey thing that's usually around someone's death, or if I had just turned the corner sooner or made a slightly different decision here. It is much bigger than that with Londo, but it's like I can, like you said, I can see what could have been, and it's my regret for that as much as anything. I think,
and knowing like it's the regret for that, and knowing that's in him, like that's never not a part of who he is. Like he always has that as a part. Like I said, one of his most noble moments is his immediate reaction when the Vorlons are attacking is not like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Oh, I hesitate. No, it's like, oh, they're attacking because of me. Kill me. Like that's always a part of him. That's a part of him throughout the entire show. But he gives in to his demons instead of his angels. Like it's always he always makes the wrong choice, and it's just fuck. Like. Just, dude, just make a good choice for fucking once. Like, so it's, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. Like, Allie's written him off immediately, which fair. Like, he's a war criminal. Fair, absolutely fair. And it's just not the way. I don't know. It's fast. That was interesting to me.
And it is interesting because here's the other part that's interesting though, is that people. All people. I mean, people will make excuses for war criminals when they're a nice guy, or people will make excuses for. I mean, I remember when Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi were sitting next to George W. Bush at the football game, like 6 years ago, 6 years ago, and everybody came for them, and they were like, "How can you sit there with a war criminal? How can you do that?" And her response was, he's a good human being. Like he may have made some really horrible mistakes. And a lot of people were like, no, there's no forgiving. There's just no forgiving. You cannot get past the fact that millions of people, thousands of people died because of him. And they're not wrong, but like there is nuance. And
it's so hard when you like faced with an individual, like, cause all individuals have so many facets to them. And like that is, I'm just going to say it again. It's one of the wonders of storytelling is that we get to see him from the inside out. Yeah. And so we see the part of him, like he's going to do very nice things for Veer, and we're going to see that. And it's going to be like, oh, you're okay.
I know. Well, I mean,
like,
we just
stop being a war criminal.
We just saw him like sitting there really wanting Garibaldi as a friend, but also having really served Garibaldi as a friend in the past. And then this is right after we saw him with Jakar, in that moment when like Jakar was like, my friend, I see, we're here, we're ready to like make peace. And Londo's heartbreaking that he had just fucked that up.
Yeah.
Just fucked it up. Yeah.
Just like minutes before.
Yeah. It's like, well, I'm in now. I got to stay in. I got to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing about that, because it is true, that is heartbreaking. I do think the war would have happened whether Londo made those choices or not, because the shadows would have found somebody else. Yep. Like they would have found Rifa. They would have found someone else. So the war was like the shadows were going to start a war. It didn't matter who. It's just the fact. Like Veer comes out of this unscathed, not unscathed, but he comes out of this untarnished by this. Like he comes out of this better than he was, and Londo gets the most tragic end, and it's they rightfully so. Like
but that's really you're right. That actually, in some ways, that makes me feel better. I mean, I don't know if that's the right sentiment, but you're right. When you say that, the war would have happened regardless.
Because they would have just gone down.
They would have just found the next person that would have been influential enough to make an impact. Yeah. Which it does.
Yeah. Because at a certain point, Londo does, like, he does make the right choice at a certain point and be like, I'm not dealing with you, Morden, anymore. And Morden immediately is like, okay, Rifa.
That's really interesting.
So,
it doesn't. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Maybe it shouldn't. It shouldn't make me feel better, but it makes me feel better that I'm like. It makes me hate Londo less in a way. Yeah. But again, but here's the thing: you find that empathetic in a character when they say, "I did it because someone else would have done it worse. Someone else, I could have maybe helped, to mitigate." Which isn't what Londo's doing, so that doesn't even hold water here. But sometimes that's what people will say. Will be like, "Well, I knew if it wasn't me, it would be somebody, and I figured I could at least I could do some good." It's always a poor man's excuse. It's a terrible excuse, but
no. But I it's an excuse. I'm going back. I can't remember which movie was it. Roots, or was it any of the other slave movies I've seen where it's you get a slave to do the whipping. Right. And they're like, yeah, I'm sorry, but if I don't do it, then the overseer is going to do it, and he could kill you. Yeah. It's that sort of,
People suck is what it comes down to.
People, we can suck. We also can be great, but we also can suck a lot. And the level of prescient this show, this is the 90s. And things like, oh, yes, no, they're accusing them of using civilians to cover up their military targets. I was like, stop it.
It's a lot. Even down to to Zach Allen killing the guy, killing the Narn. I was like, I don't really don't want to see that right now.
No, really don't. I don't know that I have any more. I'm trying to think of a pleasant thing to say before we end on that incredibly depressing note.
Yeah, let's just talk about boom shakalaka, and then it'll all make everything else go away. It makes everything else go away.
Yeah, it does. It really does. It's so loud. It's so loud. It covers up the rest of the episode completely. Yes. Oh, sorry. That was the thing I was going to say. I was trying to think how not to say it, but I when Claudia talks about she's not censored in her opinions on sexuality and whatnot, and she will just drop terms like omnisexual into just general conversations, and so I could see that being her. I don't know if that sort of is slapstick the right word? I don't know. Broad. Maybe that's the more term. Sure. Broad. Yeah. I don't know if that type of broad humor is hers, but I can see her being like, "Oh, you want to have me? You do a sex joke? Yeah, 100%." I don't think she would have an issue with that,
right? I mean, and it is fun as an actor. It is fun to be over the top and be stupid and be. You're like, I'm getting paid to be this stupid, so okay.
Okay, that felt like a
nice palate cleanser.
That was a palate cleanse. Thank you.
Welcome. Anytime I now know. Anytime we need a palate cleanser, I will just boom shaka right into it.
No, please don't. Please don't. Oh my God. So yeah, I guess we will end on that lovely note. I'm sure, as I know, I said that scene is beloved. So if you loved it, please tell us why. Help me
help us
cringe,
understand.
Have a full body cringe. Yes. Let us know in the comments. You can like and subscribe. And what is the other stuff I say? Oh, Patreon for unedited versions of the reaction, and also helping me with the previously on for the reaction, and early access and other stuff, and rate and review. I don't remember if I say other stuff.
I think that's it.
So, I think that's it. So we'll see you next time. Babble On.